5 reasons why your visa may be refused. Hello and welcome to our channel. Did you know that even though you may be accepted into a Canadian institution, you may still have your visa to come to Canada refused? According to IRCC information, about 30% of the study visa requests are refused. And for some countries, this number is even higher. Today, we are going to talk about the 5 most common reasons why your study visa may be refused. My name is Marilyn Quintana. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and director of operations at eVisa Immigration. Our mission is to provide valuable tips and updates regarding Canadian immigration and assist you to become a successful immigrant in Canada. So let's get started. The first most common reason to have your visa refused, and this applies for either visitor or study permit, it is for financial reasons. For an application for either visitor visa or study visa, you must prove that you have enough means to maintain yourself in Canada. And it's not only about showing the money, it's also showing what's your economic establishment in your country of residence. If you're coming to study in Canada, besides proving that you are able to maintain yourselves without working, you also must prove that you have means to pay the tuition fee for the first year. And your application may be refused if the officer believes you won't have enough funds to maintain yourself in Canada while studying and also to pay the tuition fees. The second most common reason to be refused is about your intention to leave Canada at the end of the temporary stay. For any temporary application, you must prove that you have an intention to come, fulfill your intention either to visit, study, or work in Canada, and then return to your home country. All temporary visas have an expiry date, and that's the reason why you need to prove that your intention is temporary as well. You must demonstrate that you have valid reasons to return to your home country and therefore convincing the officer that you leave Canada at the end of your temporary stay and won't stay in any way without status. If you're studying in Canada, you must convince the officer that you have reasons to return to your home country after completion of your studies. And you must demonstrate valid reasons in order for the officer to be convinced that you will return to your country instead of staying in Canada at any cost, for example, staying illegally without status in Canada. If the officer believes that there is a possibility of you staying without status, they will refuse your application. In your study application, for example, you need to provide why you chose to study in Canada, what are the reasons to study here, and how this course will help your career back home. The third reason is purpose of visit. In case of a study permit, you must prove that the program of choice makes a logical sense according to your background and experience. If your program of choice does not seem to be logical according to your previous work experience or your previous academic background, your visa may be refused. And for this reason, it's very important to explain your application why you chose that program of studies. The fourth most common reason is travel history. Even though the fact that you didn't travel before does not mean you won't comply with Canadian regulations, the officer may consider that's a weak point. If you had the experience to travel to other countries and have always complied with the regulations, this means that you have higher chances of complying with the regulations in Canada. The fifth reason why your application may be refused is either for medical or criminal inadmissibility. Medical inadmissibility means that you have a health issue that may be contagious, that may cause danger to the public, or may cause burden to the government of Canada with cost of treatment and medication, for example. In case of criminal inadmissibility, if you have had any past criminal history, it is very important to address that in your application. If you have any serious medical condition or have had any past criminal event in your life, it is very important to discuss with an immigration consultant about this history, and we will discuss the possibility and likelihood of approval on your case. What to do in case of a visa refusal? There are 3 different pathways that we can pursue. The first one is to request the GCMS notes, or also called ATEP, to review the real reasons of refusal in your case. By obtaining these notes, we will have the exact information that the officer wrote to provide a logical explanation regarding your refusal. By having access to GCMS or ATIP notes, you have a better understanding what led to the refusal, and we can prepare a new application specifically addressing the officer concerns. The second option is to seek judicial review. If your application was very strong and still was refused by the officer, we have an option to present this case to court and claim that was not a fair decision based on the facts and based on the law. If the Department of Justice agree with you, there are two things that can happen. One, they can just decide that they agree and they do what we call settlement, which means they order the visa office to reopen your case even without a hearing, or your case proceeds and a judge will decide whether or not was a fair decision. And in that case, they may also order for the visa office to reopen your case and reassess your application and the decision made. The third option is to review your strategy. There are more than one way to come to Canada. It may not be worth to try again in case your case was weak, for example, and a refusal was expected, but you can always change the strategy. Maybe focus on a permanent resident application, maybe focus on a different way to address the officer concerns, maybe change the applicant. So there are different ways that we can approach, focus on the end goal. That is for you and your family to come to Canada. Do you need assistance? Visa Immigration can assist you with all you need to make Canada your home. We can assist you with education, visas, e-applications after refusals, immigration, citizenship, career consulting, and much more. Contact us today and schedule a consultation. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If so, please do not forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and follow us in our social media. Please also do not forget to click on the little bell right below this video so you can receive weekly notifications of new videos. Also, feel free to leave us questions or comments down below the video. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.